Welcome back to another video. Today I'm with the owner of Junk Rescue, Kyle, and we're going to talk about how he built a business doing junk removal with only 4 employees that'll average $75,000 a month. And we're actually in front of a job site right now where Kyle, what did we do just now?
This is a junk removal job that we're doing in True North Scottsdale. We're just actually doing a single item pickup. A lot of people think we come and remove a number of things, but once in a while people have one item. This lady had a recliner chair. We're actually running a Blazing Summer special right now. Only $99 for one single item pickup. So that's what we were doing for this customer.
I love that. And in just a few minutes, we're gonna jump into how he built the entire company from scratch. We're gonna go to a couple of different job sites, and we're even gonna tour your yard where we break down all of the equipment that you have and really how you got to this point. I really appreciate you being on the video.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. So what different services do you provide?
We offer full service junk removal, demolition, wrecking, and dumpster rental.
And of the 3 different services right now, what is your most popular?
Our most popular would be a tie between junk removal and dumpster rental.
Are people typically doing one or the other?
It depends. Junk removal is more full service, so a lot of residential customers moving in and out of homes. Dumpster rental is more contractor based, so contractors ordering dumpsters to load over a time of 7 to 10 days.
What is the most popular, I guess, junk that you remove?
Most popular would probably be mattresses, couches, cardboard boxes, any type of furniture of that kind, yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
You obviously just filled up an entire truck full of cardboard boxes.
Correct.
And out of curiosity, how much did that cost the client?
This truck right here runs $5.95 for a full truckload.
$5.95 for a full truckload.
Correct.
And does that depend on the weight? Because obviously the cardboard boxes that you just loaded aren't like very heavy
light,
or
yeah.
hard.
We're volume based, so we charge based on how much we fill the truck. From the smallest load, which would be $225, all the way to a full truck, which would be $5.95.
And it has nothing to do with the weight.
Nothing to do with the weight.
Interesting. So
Yeah.
I could have you come load the truck clear full of concrete and it would cost me the same amount. You might turn me down though.
For dumpster rentals, we do weight, 2-ton limit on those. For junk removal specifically, there's really no weight limit.
Got
but
it.
we might turn you down.
Got it.
Yeah.
But there's technically a weight limit. It's just that you're probably not going to reach that weight limit, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Talk to me a little bit about this truck in particular.
Yeah.
How did you get this truck? How much did it cost you? And where did you, find it?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you are gonna do junk removal, the Isuzu NPR is hands down the best truck for junk removal. This one we actually purchased out of California. It's called a company called Monarch Truck. We had called to order specifically this style toolbox, dumper, tarp, all those et-ceteras, but he actually had this one used. So we were able to take advantage of it and strike on that, and we purchased it, and it's been one of the best tools for our business this year.
I love that. And what does a truck like that cost?
A truck like this, if you're gonna order it brand new, anywhere from 90 to 110,000, depending if it's gas or diesel. This truck we got for 75,000. So
wow.
We struck a deal on it.
So you got a good deal.
We did, yeah.
And how many miles did it have when you got it?
This had 4,000 miles on it. So it's
So
basically
brand
brand
new.
new, 2021. A guy out of Washington was doing it. They took the wrap off, sent it back to the manufacturer that builds them, and I called to order, and he had this one available and wired him the money and didn't think twice.
I love that.
Yep.
That's awesome. So that truck right there just came back from a job, right? And it's obviously clear full of stuff. So do you normally bring it back here? Do you normally go to the dump? Like, where is that stuff gonna end up?
Yeah, it all depends. Normally, it goes to the transfer facility and then they'll sort it from there. There are days when we come back to our plant and kind of separate it, whether it's like donatable, savable, stuff like that. So it just kind of depends day to day.
Got it.
Yeah.
And does it depend on the type of stuff that you're picking up, I would imagine?
Yeah, totally. Like we try and sort it, whether it is donatable or savable, and kind of pack that stuff in the back of the truck. That way the guys can unload that and then take it to the transfer facility from there. We also have some of our own dumpsters. So if there's not enough to take it to the facility, it doesn't make sense to dump something that's not completely full. We'll offload it in our containers and take it when it's full.
I love that. And does everything go to the dump, or do you have multiple different places that multiple different things go to?
Yeah, so we save a lot of time going to transfer stations. So we have accounts with Republic and Waste Management. So as you kind of build your junk removal company and get credibility, you can open an account with these bigger companies, and then that'll allow you to have quicker access to in and out of the facility. Because if you go to a landfill, it's usually a huge wait, long line, and you're traveling up and down the hills, because the transfer facility is where they take it and then they transport it to the landfill.
Got it.
Yeah.
So anybody and everybody can't just do what you do. Like, does it cost more money? Like, what is the barrier of entry to go to a transfer facility?
Some transfer facilities you're not allowed to go. It is account specific. The ones that we do, public can go to it, but it is a little bit more expensive.
Got it.
Since you're not going to the direct source, you are taking it to a facility that's transporting it. It is a little bit more expensive, but for us, saves time, keeps our guys on the road. They're not waiting in line, and usually the transfer facility is within the metro major city.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Talk to me a little bit about these little dumpsters. I don't know that I've ever seen a little dumpster like that before. How big is this?
Yeah, this is our 5-yard container. So they're 10 feet long, 7 feet wide, and only 2 feet high. So these are pretty ideal for concrete, inert, rock, any heavy material. A lot of the plumbing trades really like these ones.
Really?
Yeah.
And these will go right in somebody's driveway?
Correct, yeah, driveway, street, backyard. That's the great thing about how small they are. We can get them into tight spaces.
How much does a dumpster like that cost?
Yeah, this one specifically is $4,800.
Wow,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yep.
And so this is the 5-ton, or what is this one?
This is a 5 cubic yard is
5
what
cubic
it
yard.
holds, yeah. So
Got it.
10 by 7 by 2.
And then do you have a 10 cubic yard one?
Yeah, 10 yard is right here.
Okay.
And it's basically the exact same dimensions as the 5 yard, except it's 2 feet higher, so it's 4 feet total in height.
And what do people typically put in that one versus that one?
Yeah, this one is honestly great. A lot of the contractors use this for when like the job's kind of coming towards the tail end, just scrap cuts, cardboard boxes, miscellaneous crap, and then also homeowners when they're just like want to clear out their garage for the weekend, but they're kind of don't really know what to save and what to keep. They can just keep the container in their driveway, and as they're sorting through stuff, they just throw it in the 10 yard.
I love that. And
Yeah.
how much does a 10 yard run if I were to go buy that brand new?
Yeah, if you were to buy a 10 yard, they're a little bit more. They're about $5,300 for a container, and then you would need a truck, obviously, to pick it up and drop it. If you're a customer that wants to rent it, we rent these for $419 for a 7-day period.
Got it. And we'll talk about trucks here in a minute, because I'm curious at what point when the dumpster gets big enough where you need to have a CDL license to carry the dumpster.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? So
Yeah.
we'll talk about that here in a second.
Okay, great.
So talk to me a little bit about the truck, okay? We obviously just watched you pick up the dumpster, and talk to me about the mechanism that is able to pick up a dumpster like that.
Yeah, totally. This is a Stellar shuttle hook lift truck, and essentially it's a 2 mechanism, which is a tilt and lift action. And then that way you can pick up the dumpsters with a hook lift instead of a traditional truck, which is usually required with a winch cable.
Got it. So, I mean, you literally didn't even have to get out of the truck.
Totally, yeah.
To pick that dumpster up.
Yeah, that's what's so great about these trucks, and they're becoming more popular, is that it's a 2-sequence action. It's very fast, quick, easy. You don't have to get out of the truck. It already has tie-down mechanism on the truck underneath the dumpster. So it's very easy to exchange dumpsters, swap them in and out, and kind of get in and out of jobs jobs quick and rapid.
I love that. I hope you're enjoying the business tour so far. Really quick, if you wouldn't mind, if you know of a business that you think would be a really cool tour, or if you own a business that you would like to get featured, all you have to do is text 480-418-5339, the word business, okay? Again, 480-418-5339, the word business, and we'll see if you qualify or if the business qualifies for us to go ahead and tour it. Now let's just go ahead and get back to the tour. And does it take a special type of dumpster to go with this particular type of truck?
Yeah, totally. So you're gonna need a hook lift dumpster specifically to pick up a dumpster that is a hook lift truck mechanism.
I love that. And how much does a truck like this cost?
This truck, you know, about 2-3 years ago when we purchased this, it was right around 90,000. Today they run around 130.
Wow. And this is an F550.
Is the F550, yep.
So this thing, I mean, the weight is not a problem.
Yeah, it's no problem. It's under CDL. It's a 19 5000 GVRW. So that's the weight rating on it, which is a great truck for not having a CDL trained driver on. So pretty much anyone can hop in and out of this truck and use it if they have a regular driver's license.
Interesting. So you don't have to go become a CDL driver to drive that truck?
Correct.
Wow. And are there any trucks that you have on the lot that you do have to be a CDL driver for?
No, currently. We're all under CDL.
Is there a benefit to not going CDL? Like for somebody watching, why would you want to go the CDL route as opposed to, you know, maybe staying a bit smaller and not having to do CDL?
CDL, one advantage to it is obviously you can haul like way more material, right? You're also gonna go up against like big competitors, Waste Management, Republic, Waste Connections. Those guys are running front loader trucks, 20, 30 yard, 40 yard dumpsters and stuff like that. The advantage of non-CDL is it's easier entry. There's not as much competition. You don't need a rated driver to drive the truck. You can have anyone drive it. It's more trainable. And the niche that we're in with the small dumpsters is the contractors tend to like those better. They fit into tight spaces. We have quick swap out, swap in, return rate. So there's, you know, advantages and disadvantages to both, of course.
Yeah, no, I absolutely love that. And, you know, when I flip houses, I typically get like the big 40 yard, right? But they're a pain in the butt. You know, you a lot of times have to put them in the street. And, you know, because this one right here is the 15.
This is a 10 yard.
The 10, right? Yeah, the 40s are almost too big sometimes.
Yeah. And we, the 10s usually specialize in like homeowners that are cleaning out their garage, right? You know, they're kind of picking through stuff. They don't really know what they want to keep and what they want to throw away. So this fits in their driveway. It's got barn doors on the back, so we can get it really close to the garage. They can throw in the stuff that they don't want over a time period. And even contractors up in Desert Mountain, Silverleaf, where it's like really tight corridors, they like a 10, 15 yard because it's not taking up the entire job site for guys to get in and out.
Wow, I love that.
Yeah.
So talk to me a little bit about this trailer right here. Is that a trailer that you would recommend, like if somebody's just starting out? I'd imagine it's a little cheaper than like everything else.
100%, yeah. If you're starting out, a dump trailer is definitely a good route to go. These cost anywhere from 12 to 20,000, depending on what, you know, size and length you pick. It is a dump trailer, so it's an automatic box. You pull the button and it dumps, and that way you can unload your material. You basically, you know, hit your dump button and it goes up.
Dang.
And then that way your material comes out, so it saves you a bunch of time when you're at the transfer facility.
I love that. And can any truck pull that? I'd imagine you still need a fairly good sized truck.
Yeah, I see a lot of guys try and do it with traditional F-150s. Don't do that. You know, get a Super Duty, get, you know, a 2500 Chevy. Anything that's diesel is what you're gonna want, because once in a while you're gonna get stuck with doing heavy material, and that'll just wear and tear on your traditional, you know, half-ton truck.
And what do you use it for now that you have all the other trucks and all the other dumpsters? Like, do you still use this?
Yeah, we do. We use it for a lot of overflow for when guys are coming back from jobs that don't have like a massive load to dump at the facility. They can overflow into this, so we can fit 5, 6, 7 loads in there. And then we also take it to our demolition project. So anytime we're tearing out kitchen cabinets, bathrooms, stuff like that, it's an 18 cubic yard dump trailer, so it fits a lot of material.
So right now we're in a shipping container on your yard. Would you call this like the yard?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what we call it. The
I
yard.
love it. And this is a 45-foot shipping container?
Yep, 45 high cube, and we just manufactured it out, drywall, insulation, HVAC, electrical, and we just made it a little office.
And it's 115 degrees today. I'm cold in here.
Yeah.
Like, I feel good, right?
Yeah, we
like,
put a good HVAC on it.
HVAC works incredible, okay? So what do you guys do in here exactly?
Basically just our office space, come in and out, good break room area, good area for the guys to check in, grab the iPads, keys, stuff like that, and we share it with another company, so just a good camaraderie space when we're going from jobs and jobs, you know?
Yeah, you've got a printer in here, I noticed.
Yep.
You've got some security cameras.
Totally.
Microwave, like what is important that people would need to have if they were to try to run something like this?
Yeah, I mean, we kind of outfitted it basic on our style, you know, what we wanted. So you could do it any particular way. A lot of people would do these for homes, but we did it for an office. We just did partition walls so we could separate different areas and stuff like that. So you can kind of do whatever you want. You know, we just fabricated it for what our liking was. So
Sure.
yeah.
I love that. So is this where your guys are like they're coming to eat lunch, I would imagine. They're hanging out, right? 'Cause obviously I would imagine they come here in the morning, they get their truck.
Yep.
They come here, they hang out, go to the bathroom, and then they go out for the job?
Yeah, totally. Come here, check in, grab their iPad, look over their schedule for the day, get their keys, say hi to each other, put the stuff in the fridge for the day, and then they take off and come back, eat lunch here, and kind of just a good spot to hang out and get stuff done.
And is there ever times where the jobs aren't back to back and they go from one job, maybe come back here for a little while and then go out to another job?
Yeah, totally. We try and line it up and systematize it so it's like boom, 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 but there are days where they got to come back, kind of hang out for a little bit, take a little air break, and keeps them, you know, in our central location, so that way if a call does come in, we can just dispatch them and send them right out.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So we're standing in front of a big shipping container right now, and if you wouldn't mind, maybe we can open the door up and you can tell me, what do we have in here?
Yeah, these are salvageable items that we like to donate. Anything that's reusable or salvageable, we kind of put it in this container so it's climate controlled. And then we work with different organizations that will come out and kind of sort through what they want to take.
Got it.
Yeah.
And how do you pick and choose like what you think you should keep versus what you're just going to take to the dump, or what, you know, how do you figure that out?
We really train our guys on specific items that, you know, the donation companies ideally like, and then they can send pictures at the job site. Hey, is this something you want to hold on to? And we kind of just confirm it from there. But they've gotten pretty well in knowing what to save and what to throw.
Got it. Okay. And like, how do you determine, like, I'm looking at a couch, a mirror, we've got a bookshelf, we have tires. I mean, we have such a wide variety of stuff. Like, why is that couch, like, why do you keep that couch versus like a different couch?
Mostly any couch that doesn't have like pet hair, stains, like any like damages to it, then it would be like a good save.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. And so how do you decide what you're going to donate versus what you might try to sell?
Yeah, that kind of just varies. Usually when the donation company comes, they'll sort through it and decide what they want. Anything from there, we can kind of try and piece out and sell, offer up, Facebook Marketplace, recoup some costs there.
I love that, dude.
Yeah.
So cool, man.
Yeah.
And this is, how big of a container do you have sitting
This is a 45 high cube shipping container.
Wow.
Yeah.
And where'd you pick this thing up at?
Dude, I actually got this, the guy that makes our bandit signs, he had it, and these usually go for right around $6,500, and I paid $3,000 for it.
Wow.
Yeah, got a good deal.
You're the master of getting good deals.
You know, when I see a good deal, I strike.
I love that.
Yeah, no hesitation.
Very cool. All right, Kyle, so we're here at Junk Rescue HQ, and we're gonna actually take a tour of it here in just a minute. Pretty cool little office you have here.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that, yeah.
So out of curiosity, what had you get into the junk removal, industry?
Yeah, it was kind of by accident. Honestly, I started in the real estate industry. I got my license with my two best friends when I was 19 years old. We didn't take the traditional, like, go to college route. We actually did community college, wasn't really a good fit for us, but then we ended up getting our real estate license through the avenue of community college. It was like an elective you could take at the time. So we started in that, and I actually had the idea of junk removal prior in high school, just never, came about. And then once we started selling real estate, I saw there was maybe possibly a demand for it. It wasn't as common back in the day. So right around when I was 22, 23 years old, decided, hey, let's jump into the junk removal space.
Wow.
Yeah.
At 22 years old, you jumped into junk removal.
Yeah, had no idea. My grandpa was worked for waste management for over 50 years. He actually passed away before I could meet him. But so really no knowledge of how waste management works. Had in my bloodline, I guess. But yeah, just jumped into it, man.
Wow. And how did you jump into it? What was the barrier of entry? What was the first thing that you did?
So I'm pretty fortunate. My stepdad owns a construction company. He's owned for about 25 years. So he has the ability to purchase those heavy duty trucks. So I came to him with the idea. He said, hey, I'll help you order one. You pay for it, and we'll see how it goes, right?
Wow.
So he basically set me up with the fleet manager to kind of build that truck and manufacture it. And we got it. We ordered it. Started with one truck, and that was at the time, and we were doing one load a week.
Wow.
And I had a $1,200 truck payment, so it was crazy. Now we do 3, 5, 6, 7 loads a day. It just depends. It's one of those things where it's just all evolved over time.
Yeah, for sure. How did you afford that initial truck when you got into it?
Yeah, basically him helping me out with the order process, and then making the payments was one of those things where he would help me kind of chip in here and there. And then over time, we just started getting customers, and all the money went towards the truck payment. At the time, that was really all my cost was, the truck, one employee to help me, and that's about it.
Yeah.
So, dumping fees, obviously, a couple tools here and there, but once we started branding, marketing, doing band-in signs, we were getting calls, pretty quickly. So
That's
it started
awesome.
to evolve, yeah.
Did you ever pay that truck off?
Oh yeah, we paid it off. I actually just traded it in for a new truck 2 weeks ago. So
Wow.
Sad to see it go, but we're evolving and building different trucks now and better equipment. So it ended up working out. But
That's so awesome.
Yeah, we got it paid off pretty quick. That was a good accomplishment.
I love the story of how you started at 22 to where you're at today. So how old are you now?
I'm 28.
28 years
Yep.
old. Wow, it's just incredible.
Yeah, thank you, man.
So I'm just curious, what are the different packages that you actually offer?
Yeah, as far as junk removal, we're volume based. So we start with a single item price, which would be $135, all the way to a full truck, which would be $595. There's load sizes in between that bracket, but traditionally you'll never pay more than $595. Essentially, instead of if you had multiple trucks, then we would charge you that each time.
Gotcha, okay.
Yeah.
And then your actual dumpsters that you leave out on the job, you leave them out for a week?
We do, yeah, 7-day period. They range from $399 to $449.
$399 to $449, and it starts with the 5-ton and goes to the 15?
Yeah, 5 yard all the way to the 15. We do a 2-ton limit,
Okay.
89 each additional ton after that, and then a 7-day rental period, like you said.
7-day rental.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
And then same day drop off, pickup. We don't have any drop fee, fuel fee, nothing like that.
That's so cool. And now that you're where you're at, I'm just curious, how do you find good employees to do what it is that you guys do?
Yeah, we've been pretty fortunate. A lot of our employees come through social media. They kind of see our culture and what we do and kind of how we're a little different than the traditional company. We also do advertisement online, stuff like that, funnel them through our website. But yeah, we've been pretty fortunate with getting together a good group of guys that really bleed the brand, and I'm super blessed for that.
So the majority of the people that you hire actually come from social media then?
Correct, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, or word of mouth, a guy will be hired and then he'll tell his friends about it and say, hey, we're hiring for a driver position or a rider position. I'm working for this great company, you want to come work with us?
Mm-hmm.
So,
wow.
Yeah.
And do they have to be big and strong? How do you figure that out?
Usually it's one of those things where we do tell them, hey, you need to be able to lift at least 50 pounds and, carry items and stuff like that. We have dollies and carts and all the right equipment you'd need. But yeah, we have guys on our team that are big bodybuilders and skinny guys like myself. So it just kind of depends. And if you got grit and go, then you'll work out fine for us.
I love that.
Yeah.
And how many jobs on average are you doing a day right now?
Yeah, junk removal ranges, I'd say between 3 and 6 jobs a day per truck. Dumpsters, probably 6 to 8 dumpsters a day on rotation, swap outs, new delivery, drop offs, pickups, stuff like that. And then we run a demolition company as well. So we do demolition primarily Saturdays and Sundays for that. We can get together a bigger team, and that's anywhere from residential, commercial. One of the most recent ones we did was a Massage Envy. They had 14 rooms, and we fully gutted it.
Really?
Yeah.
They were moving out, or what were they doing?
No, they were basically, all the Massage Envies are renovating around the town, so they basically just wanted to change like the structures and sizes of the rooms, so they needed it done rapidly. They hired a construction company to remodel it. That company subcontracted us to do the demo, and yeah, we did the whole demo in 2 days, filled 240 yards.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. What is the craziest job you've ever done, or the craziest piece of junk that you've ever actually removed?
Yeah, we've had some wild ones for sure. Nothing like, I've heard stories of other guys in the industry will be like, oh, I found like $10,000 cash like under a mattress and stuff, like legit. And I'm like, wow, that sounds nice.
You've never found any money?
No, I mean, we found like, piggy banks and like small stuff here and there, but nothing like, crazy amounts of cash like that. We did have one situation where a lady got divorced. She called us and was like, hey, I'm moving. I don't want anything in the house. Like, we just left yesterday. We ended up clearing that whole house. It was about 6,000 square feet, 10 truckloads.
Wow.
And we were able to kind of like resell, repurpose a lot of the furniture and stuff. So that was probably one of our bigger scale jobs, and it was when I first started. So it really helped us out.
That's awesome. So if you were to start all over again and you were to get into junk removal, and today was your first day, what would you do if you were brand new?
The first thing I would probably do is I would order a big batch of bandit signs. I waited too long to do that. Like, I waited like 2 years, and they work so well. You see a lot of guys doing it now, so there is competition in it, but I would start there. That's like your cheapest route, like opposed to like going like Google Ads. Obviously start your like social medias and stuff like that, but bandit signs work really well, and they're cheap.
Wow. What's the main way that you get customers today?
A lot of it is Google traffic, organic, like Google location traffic, bandit signs, a lot through Instagram, Facebook, kind of all your traditional avenues.
Yeah, I love that. And if you were brand new to the game again, would you start with like that trailer at the yard, or what would you start with?
Yeah, I would say that, because most of the guys already have a truck, so they can just attach a trailer. It's a little easier to just jump into the game. You can throw stickers on it, and there's no like DOT regulations or like CDL requirements or stuff like that.
Sure.
So a little quicker barrier of entry.
And are you licensed and bonded? Do you have insurance? Like, how does
Totally.
all that work?
Yeah, man, I'm proud of that, because a lot of guys don't. We are licensed, bonded, insured, general liability, workers' comp, auto coverage, commercial auto coverage. Like, we got the whole package, and it's not cheap, so.
Did you have that day one, or did you eventually evolve into getting all of that?
We started with the auto commercial policy, the general liability, workers' comp I added when I got employees, and then when we started the demolition, we got our wrecking license through the ROC, Register of Contractors. So now we completely can demo your commercial or residential space like legally.
I love that, yeah. So if you were just getting started, you wouldn't need all of that day one.
No, I would say if you're just getting started in junk removal, you don't need a license. That's the cool thing about it. So you just basically, I would recommend, forming an LLC, getting your tax ID number, doing a bank account. That way all your accounting is seamless, and you're not commingling funds. But other than that, you don't need any license to get started in junk removal.
I love that. It's such a simple business to do, yet, I mean, obviously you guys crush it.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
I mean, there's levels to the game, I'm sure.
There is, yeah. It's one of those things where it seems like so simplistic, and it is. That's one of the reasons I started it. It's a really simplistic business model, but there are a lot of core values that we bring. We're really, proudful of like giving quality service, because when I started, I never thought it would be a thing, but we get a lot of repeat customers. Giving that good quality customer service right out the gate, hospitable customer, great service is like key in this industry. That keeps those customers coming back, calling you again.
I love that. Yeah, you mentioned a while back, I can't remember if we were on or off camera, but you mentioned that there's a lot of people that like literally have you come out like on a regular basis.
Oh yeah, we have some people that are almost like addicted to junk rescue. It's crazy. Yeah, they just have cardboard boxes or miscellaneous trash from parties, et cetera, things, and they're calling us on a weekly basis.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's awesome, man.
Kyle, thank you so much for letting us tour your business. I really appreciate it. And I appreciate you being so forthcoming with all of your numbers and just really being willing to talk about everything. And I want to give you an opportunity. Where can people find you, either if they want their junk removed, or if they want to reach out to you, maybe they want to, apply for a job or whatever, how can they get a hold of you?
Absolutely. JunkRescueAZ.com has all our information. You can reach us directly, 480-719-0611, or you can follow us on Instagram to see what we do every single day.
I love that. Thank you again. I really appreciate it.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you, Austin.